We all picked up Think and Grow Rich to build wealth, to change our life, to finally unlock what's been holding us back. But Napoleon Hill wasn't just talking about money and wealth. He was talking about success. You must want it so badly, you're willing to burn for it. So if you're tired of waiting, tired of wishing, tired of others living the life that was meant for you, then stay with me all the way until the last word. Because this just isn't a speech. This is a warning to your doubt, to your fear, to your limits. You're not leaving this video the same. Let's begin. Everybody wants more money, more freedom, more time, more security, more options. But let's be honest, wanting isn't rare. Everybody wants. That's not special. The truth, desire alone doesn't move mountains. Burning desire does. The kind that consumes you. The kind that won't let you sleep until it becomes real. Most people just wish. They hope. They dream in silence. They say things like, one day I'll be rich, when the timing is right, when I finally catch a break. But when that moment comes to act, they fold, they wait, they scroll, they talk themselves out of it. They shrink back into their comfort zone. Let me tell you something real. Let me tell you something 100. A wish won't build wealth. Hope won't pay the bills. A fantasy won't change your legacy. You don't get rich by chance. You get rich by choice, backed with relentless action. And the choice starts with one thing: a burning desire to be wealthy, no matter what. Let me say this clearly. Without faith, you can grind 24/7. You can chase every opportunity. You can read every book, watch every video, and still fail. Because faith is the engine. It's the force behind every dream that becomes real. No faith equals no results. No belief equals no action. No inner conviction equals no outer success. This isn't positive thinking. This is survival. This is power. This is Think and Grow Rich, the real version. And if you don't learn to build unshakable faith, your dream dies before it even has a chance. Let's fix that right now. Every empire, every fortune, every transformation you admire, it all started the same way, with belief. Not money, not followers, not strategy, faith. The Wright brothers, no degrees, no funding, just faith in flight. Steve Jobs, no guarantee, no fallback plan, just faith and vision. And Napoleon Hill, he didn't just write about wealth, he wrote about the mindset that creates it. And he said it best: faith is the head chemist of the mind. In other words, your mind shapes your beliefs shape your behavior, and your behavior shapes your results. And faith is the spark that turns ideas into action. It's the fire that pushes you forward when everything says stop. Desire is not just a feeling. It's not a vibe. It's not a mood. Desire is a decision. It's fire in your gut. It's obsession in your mind. It's war on your current reality. Napoleon Hill didn't say be interested in money. He didn't say dabble in success. He said you need a burning desire for riches. One that's definite. One that refuses to be ignored. One that doesn't die when you're tired, broke, or doubted. This isn't about greed. It's about freedom. It's about options. It's about being the one in your family that breaks the cycle. It's about building something so strong that your children never have to beg another man for opportunity. So let me ask you straight. Do you wish to be rich? Or do you demand wealth from life and take it? Because the people who win, the ones who build real fortune, aren't the ones who kinda want it. They're not the ones who wait for signs or ask for permission. They're the ones who can't sleep at night because the vision of wealth is louder than their excuses. They wake up early, they stay up late, they study, they grind, they sacrifice because they made a vow. I will be rich or nothing less. That's not just desire, that's destiny, ignited by decision. So again, do you just want to be rich? Or do you want it so bad that you'll burn everything average to get there? Because one of these paths leads to fortune, and the clock is already ticking. Without faith, your thoughts are empty. You have no muscle, no drive, no power. They die before they take off. And you felt it, haven't you? You've had a dream, a real one, a vision that made your heart race. But then doubt crept in, and it whispered, I don't know if I'm ready. What if I fail? I'm not sure I have what it takes. And just like that, boom, the dream died. Not because it was impossible, but because you didn't believe it was possible. You see, most men are waiting for permission, waiting for proof, waiting for the perfect moment. But faith doesn't wait. Faith moves without proof. Faith acts before the path is clear. Faith says, I don't see it yet, but I'm walking like it's already mine. That's the difference between the man who talks and the man who builds. Because faith isn't something you find, faith is something you build. And the way you build it is by moving before you're ready. By showing up even when no one claps. By grinding even when the vision is blurry. By deciding I am the one before anyone else believes it. Faith grows through motion. Faith grows through repetition. Faith grows through persistence when everything around you screams quit. That's why most people stay stuck. They're waiting for certainty. They're waiting to feel confident. But confidence is a reward, not a requirement. It shows up after the work, after the risk, after the faith. So here's the truth no one told you. The dream isn't dead. You just stopped feeding it. The fire's not gone. You just forgot how to light it. So today, start with one decision. I will move, even if I'm scared, even if I'm unsure, even if I fail. Because the engine behind every dream isn't money, isn't talent, isn't timing, it's faith. Build that, and the rest will follow. Napoleon Hill gave you the formula. Not a guess, not a maybe, not a theory. A real blueprint for wealth. Tested, proven, undeniable. If you're serious about getting rich, tattoo these 6 steps in your mind. Then let them burn your soul. Live them every day. Because this is where the dream becomes a plan. And the plan becomes power. Step 1. Decide exactly how much money you want. Don't just say I want to be rich. That's lazy thinking. The universe doesn't move for vague goals. It responds to clarity. So decide, I want 100,000, I want 1 million, or I want 10 million. Be specific. Be unapologetic. You're not being greedy. You're being intentional. Until the number is clear, the path will always be blurry. Step 2, decide what you'll give in return. Wealth isn't free. You don't get something for nothing. What will you give up to get it? Will it be your time, your late nights, your comfort zone, your weekend parties, your old identity? Success demands a trade. And most people never get rich because they're not willing to pay the price. You will not rise without something falling away. Step 3, set a definite date. Goals without deadlines are just daydreams. You need pressure. You need urgency. You need a ticking clock that says, move now. Not someday, not when things feel right. Say it out loud. By December 31st, by my 30th birthday, within 12 months, time makes it real. Deadlines create focus. Without one, you'll drift forever. Step 4, create a plan. Not a perfect plan, not a complete plan, just a plan that gets you moving. Start with what you know. Map out the first step and take it. Don't wait to feel ready. Start messy. Start now. You can refine along the way because movement beats perfection. Always. The person who acts in faith will outrun the one who waits for certainty. Step 5, write it down. Don't keep it in your head. Ink it into existence. Write the number, write the date, write what you'll give, write the steps you'll take. Make it real, make it right, make it tangible, make it visible every single day. This isn't a wish. This is a declaration of war against mediocrity. Step 6, read it twice a day. Once when you wake up to set the tone for your day. Once before bed to program your mind as you sleep. Say it out loud, feel it, visualize it, obsess over it. See the number in your bank account, see the lifestyle, see the freedom. Feel the emotion of already having it. Your subconscious mind responds to repetition. Repetition builds belief. Belief builds momentum, and momentum builds fortune. These aren't suggestions. These are commands for your future. Commands from a man who studied 500 millionaires. And every single one of them used this formula to win. Follow it or fall behind. Apply it or stay average. You already know the steps. Now ask yourself, will I do the work or will I keep watching others live their dream? Because this plan works. The only variable now is you. Let's flip the script, because here's the twist nobody talks about. Faith is always active. It's not something you get later. It's something you're using right now. The only question is, where is your faith pointed? When you say, I'll never make it, I'm not built for this, I'm always messing up. That's not self-awareness. That's not realism. That's not honesty. That's faith in failure. You're not doubting, you're believing, just in the worst case scenario. You can lie to yourself, but you're not gonna lie to me. Because I know you've practiced it over and over until it became automatic, until you didn't even question it. You thought it was just you. So what happens? You move like it, you shrink, you hesitate, you self-sabotage, you pull back at the finish line. In life reflects that belief right back at you, because your mind is always obeying the dominant belief, always following the script you feed it. So let me ask you, what if you just change the script? What if instead of faith in your downfall, you place faith in your becoming? What if you actually believe that you're being shaped right now for something massive, that every obstacle is training, not punishment? Woo, that's powerful. Let me say that again. That every obstacle is training, not punishment. That you're capable of far more than anything currently you see. How would you walk? How would you speak? How would you attack your day if you knew for a fact that this pain is a part of my process? This delay is building my patience, not blocking my path. This failure isn't the end. It's the furnace of my future. Listen, faith isn't a feeling. It's a decision. You choose it. You stand on it. You fight to keep it alive, even when it looks dumb, even when no one claps, even when the progress is invisible. Because here's what the haters and the critics won't tell you. Faith feels ridiculous right before it becomes real. Think about that. When you speak confidently before you win, people think you're crazy. When you act like a king while you're still broke, they call it delusion. But later, when the vision manifests, suddenly you're a genius. Oh, wow, he's a genius. Suddenly it all makes sense. Then they start deriding. But here's the irony. Faith only looks smart in hindsight, but it only works in the present. So don't wait for the crowd. Don't wait for confirmation. Don't wait for the right time.
Choose the new belief now.